Okay, morning students. So today again I am back with the next video in our online class. So yesterday class we have discussed about the meningitis. Okay, its symptoms, the cause, transmission, the mode of transmission, and also preventing measure of meningitis. So today we will discuss about the next kind of disease. Now meningitis, they are also communicable. Why? Because the virus or the bacteria which cause meningitis that can transfer the disease from one person to another. In the same way, today we will discuss about the next communicable disease. Okay, now that is called encephalitis. Okay, the disease, next communicable disease. Okay, today we'll discuss that is encephalitis, and I think you have heard this disease commonly at your locality. Okay, just some of the case before also in our country. Okay, the people, few people, they died because of this disease. Generally, it is caused because of the uh, that means it is spreaded because of the mosquito, and it's time generally what happens in summer season we can find most of the mosquito around us, and it's time that means now we are having summer in our country. So in our country also a few people just before in the news I heard they died because of encephalitis. Encephalitis is also one of the communicable disease, and today we'll discuss about this disease. Encephalitis is an inflammation of the brain. It is most often caused by viral infection. Okay, it is also caused by viral infection. That means infection caused by virus, and it is also inflammation in the brain. It is also a kind of disease which cause inflammation in the brain. In some cases, bacteria infection can also cause encephalitis. Okay, generally it is also caused by virus. Okay, in some case it can be also caused because of bacteria. Okay, so in some case bacterial infection can cause encephalitis. Encephalitis is different from meningitis as it is an inflammation of the brain itself, not the layer covering it. Now in meningitis and encephalitis, okay, they are different from each other. There is the inflammation, but that is on the lining, that is menines. But in encephalitis what happens, there is infection in the brain. So encephalitis is different from meningitis as it is inflammation of the brain itself. Okay, not the layer covering it. But what happens in meningitis, there is the inflammation in the layer covering the brain. Okay, the layer covering the brain, that is menines. But in encephalitis there is the inflammation in the brain itself. However, the cause and the symptom of both disease are difficult to distinguish. Why? Because the symptoms are almost similar. Okay, study in the study video also I have informed you that most of the disease have similar symptoms. Only some of the specific symptoms, by that we can identify the respective disease, but other common symptoms are seen. So in the encephalitis and meningitis they have also the common symptoms among them, so it makes them the symptoms of both disease are difficult to distinguish. There is a bit difficult in identifying, okay, whether the symptoms is of meningitis or whether the symptoms is of encephalitis. Next of symptoms, okay, fever. Now generally what happens if anything occurs in our body, okay, any kinds of infection, whether that is by virus, whether that is by bacteria or fungus, what happens our there is the increasement in the white blood cell in order to prevent from those parasites, those microorganisms which are causing infection to our body. Okay, and in this condition, okay, there is raise in the body temperature, and that leads to fever. So in the most of the, okay, fever generally it is not the disease. Okay, that is the symptom. okay, which is shown by our body when something goes wrong inside our body. So in the same way, like in the meningitis, okay, also like coronavirus, high fever. In the same way, encephalitis also, okay, the first symptom that is shown, that is fever. After that, headache. Okay, there is the pain in the head. Why? Because there is the inflammation, okay, in the brain itself. Pain and stiffness of the neck. Okay, similar like meningitis, pain and stiffness of the neck. Okay, confusion or drowsiness. Okay, fatigue, vomiting, loss of memory. So almost the symptoms they are similar to the meningitis. Okay, there is also fever, there is a headache, okay, confusion is there, drowsiness is there, fatigue, feeling weakness, okay, vomiting is there, loss of memory.